Welcome back to the Gun Dungeon, guys. Me and Jim are back out here on the range. We got a good gel test set up for you today. We're going to be ending today's debate on which is best, 40 or 9mm. No, actually we're not. We're just probably going to add more fuel to the fire for that topic of discussion. Check out, I got my new Gun Dungeon shirt on. Oh yeah, check that out. I figured out how to have them made. Still don't know how to sell them if anybody would want one, so until I get that figured out, I'm gonna be the only one sporting one for now. But today we're gonna be using this Glock 29, which is a 10mm, I know, with an aftermarket barrel to shoot our 40 cal with. We're gonna be using this 3913, which is a 9mm, to launch our 9mm with. These have very comparable barrel lengths. I mean, very, very comparable barrel lengths. That's why these are chosen. Plus, I like giving my 3913 3rd gen a little love every now and then. So we're going to be using two of what I consider the best ammo for each caliber through the testings that I've done personally. We're going to be using the 180 grain 40 Smith & Wesson HST by Federal Premium. That is an excellent round for the 40 cal. We're also going to be using in 9mm the Gold Dot 124 grain plus P Spear. I know before anybody says, oh, that's not fair, one's plus P, one isn't. Well, 40 Smith & Wesson, to find a plus P 40 Smith & Wesson, you're going to have to dig hard. There's not a lot of them on the market. Most of them are some sort of like Buffalo Bore or something like that. 40 Smith & Wesson already runs at very high pressures. So plus P designation on a 40 cal, you're starting to get into areas that you don't really want to be dealing with as far as pressures go. There's not a lot of standard 40 cal plus P ammo on the market, and there's a reason for that. So plus P in 9mm, 9mm is an older cartridge. It has lower pressures with standard pressure ammo, so the plus P bumps those pressures up in today's firearms. 40 Smith & Wesson is a fairly new cartridge, therefore it started out with pretty high pressures. So we've got clear ballistics gel set up here. I have 4 layers of denim. We're gonna run it through the chronograph as we go. I know there's been several people say that one-off shots really don't matter for nothing, so I'm gonna shoot 2 of each into the gel. I would like to shoot 3, but I don't think I'll have the room in the gel block to be able to fit them in and see the actual wound tracks. So we're gonna do 2 of each, and then we'll dig them out, take a look, talk about them afterwards. So I forgot to mention, I'm gonna be shooting 40 cal first. We'll launch those 2 shots. Both of these 2 shots coming up will be 40 cal, and then we'll run the 9 afterwards. Okay, so our second shot was 957. Our first shot was 974. So the lower tract here is our first shot, and you can see it done pretty well. Looks like good consistent expansion, good penetration. Same can be said for the second shot. And there it rests at the top. Good expansion. Denim didn't seem to phase either one of those. We're looking at 13 3/4, maybe 7/8 on the first shot, and 14 1/4 inches of penetration on the second shot. And you get a little better view of the wound tracks from the top here. Excellent wound tracks in my opinion. That's pretty good. Excellent penetration in my opinion. So let's shoot the 9mm and see how it stacks up. What do you think, Jim? Is he gonna pull it off? Hey guys, for all of my outdoor enthusiasts that watch my content and watch my videos, be sure to go down and check out the Salty Treasures Outdoors channel. He's a good friend of mine. He's just getting his YouTube channel started. He's putting out a lot of excellent content. He's got some hunting videos, fishing videos. You can even see him catch crabs right on YouTube. Anyways, go down, click on the link. I'll have it in my description. Check out Salty Treasures Outdoors. And let's get back to the video. All right, so our second shot was 1103. Our first shot was 1,116. Very interesting. Go around to this side of the block so you can get an idea. So there is our two wound tracks. They both look pretty good, not nearly as much of a wound track as the 40 cal. See a little bit of jacket here, which is odd to me for a gold dot, but there it is nonetheless. It looks like our bottom track actually went down, hit the table, skimmed the table, and bounced back up. And yes, that is the second block. Top track, a little bit of fragmentation all the way through the end of the first block, and there it is in the second block. So definitely more penetration, and both of these are flirting with that 18-inch over penetration mark. The back of the bullets are setting right at 18 inches. So if penetration's what you're going for, this might be it. So let's dig all four of these out. We'll take a look, see what y'all think. So here they are. Here's our two 40 cal HSTs. Man, those look wicked. That is a wild looking expanded bullet. It just looks mean. Here is our best expanded gold dot 9mm, and here is our gold dot that looks like that may have been, I didn't pay attention, I could be wrong, but that may be the one that hit the table. It doesn't look, it looks like the petals are gone off, so it might be the top one. I don't know, maybe you can tell from the footage earlier. I didn't pay attention when I was digging them out, but that one don't really have much expansion. But really, this one doesn't have a whole lot of expansion, but they both penetrated the same depth. So I don't know, you guys be the judge. Let me know what you think, but those look pretty good to me. One of those looks pretty good to me. The other one, I don't know what happened with it. What do you think, Jim? So that's what we got. Y'all see the results. Let me know in the comments what y'all thought of that. You know, 40 cal and 9mm, I don't think it's ever really been a question of does 40 cal outperform 9mm. I think it's just it's the physics that yes, 40 cal is going to outperform 9mm. It's a bigger cartridge, has more powder. But it does have its downfalls. Does it perform enough to offset the fact that in a small carry gun you're going to lose a higher percentage of your capacity, whereas you know a large handgun that like a Glock 17 versus a Glock 22, for example, 17 rounds versus 15 rounds, not really that big of a deal. Smaller percentage of capacity loss. Go to like a car CM9 where it goes from a 6+1 to a 5+1. Yeah, it's just one round, but it's a larger percentage of your capacity. Also, in a small handgun, is that terminal performance enough to offset the excessive recoil that you get from a 40? I don't know. It's for you to judge. It's your decision. To me, I think 40 cal is a very great round. I tend to use it more in a service size caliber. Got a bug on the screen. But I tend to use it more in a service sized handgun. It plays the role better for me in that manner. And I'll go 9mm when I go to a compact carry gun that's already limited on capacity. So either way, guys, let me know what you thought. I'd like to see your comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Till next time, guys, stay tuned.